Hello and welcome to another segment of Motherhood and Marketing with your host, yours truly, Rowena Sapunto Ignacio. This evening, I wanted to not only plug a very important cause, but also just show my support for all of the new moms who have decided to join all the other moms in naturally feeding their infants through breastfeeding. Congratulations, new moms, on your little bundles of joy. And if your first couple weeks of experience as a new mom is anything like mine, you might be feeling completely overwhelmed, completely stressed in a whole other way you've never been stressed before, overly emotional, and at the edge of your seat every moment wondering if baby is breathing while baby is sleeping. And there's just a lot of uncertainty, doubt, fear, and again, just plenty of feeling that you're completely overwhelmed and there just aren't enough hours in the day, obviously not enough hours in the night because probably you're waking up every few hours, every couple hours to feed your little one. But first and foremost, congratulations on choosing to breastfeed. Natural is the way to go, what I believe, because I breastfed both of my sons. And as the experts say, breast is best. So I cannot say enough good things about naturally breastfeeding your children, your infants. And if for any reason you do not choose to breastfeed or cannot physically breastfeed, more power to you. And I admire you for the sacrifices that you're having to make as well, because every new mom is sacrificing something in some great way. And everybody deserves all the praise and recognition. But tonight we're just going to talk about breastfeeding exclusively. And I just wanted to share a little breastfeeding kit survival package that I've put together for other expectant moms and new moms after the baby was born. And it just includes a few items that I found completely helpful in my day-to-day survival the first 3 weeks of breastfeeding, which I believe are the hardest because you are still trying to adjust and understand and adapt to this new dynamic that you're sharing, this precious dynamic that you're sharing with your little one. But what I consider to be a part of a breastfeeding survival kit or package includes the following. And let me just disclose that I am not compensated or contractually bound to companies that I'm going to talk about. I am just a loyal user of a particular brand. And again, not being compensated. They are not paying me to say this. I just really believe in their products. But Medela is a wonderful hospital-grade brand of a breast pump that if you have the financial means to afford one or have someone gift it to you, I highly recommend you get the Pump and Style or the Freestyle Medela breast pump. And it looks like this. It's nice. It's light, it's fairly lightweight. Fits in the palm of your hand and has different speeds. I mean, I won't go through the mechanics of it, but this is basically a little digital electronic breast pump, and then you attach it to a little breast milk storage bag, also by Medela, and the little breast pump itself with all the little components, rubber and plastic components, and then you pump away, push the button, and get milked like a cow for however long you need to store, enough milk for your little one. So that's, of course, the first and most important thing. Have a great either hospital grade pump if you can afford it, or even a hand pump where you manually pump, you attach it to yourself and you manually pump, which I do have one of those. I just have no idea what I did with it. The Avent does a great hand pump, manual breast pump. Love it. And then also, oh my goodness, I should have started with this. Your breastfeeding apron. It may not be the cutest thing, but I'm sure you could get prints and designs that fit your personality and your style. This one, for whatever reason, fit my personality and style. and it just goes over your head, and you wear it like an apron. And my sister calls it my barbecue grilling apron, but it's my breastfeeding apron, and it obviously shields your unmentionable parts and your baby, so your baby can nurse peacefully without being distracted, and so you can cover yourself appropriately when you're out in public. We also have, they're really funny looking, but these are breast pads for keeping yourself dry in your nursing bra. You wear it when you're out and about. You wear it, right after you're done breastfeeding your little one. You slip this into your nursing bra, and it kind of catches any unwanted leakage or dripping that happens. And it can also happen, I can't explain the medical science behind it, but sometimes, when you hear a crying baby, you begin to to produce these lactating type of sensations in your feeding area, and these catch any kind of, or prevent, I could say, prevent any kind of awkward and embarrassing moments, because there will be times that when you lactate, breast milk will show through your clothes. So this is a great way to kind of keep that area nice and dry and protected. Not to mention, the first, let's say 7 days of breastfeeding, you are going to be unbelievably sore and uncomfortable, and the area could possibly be irritated and raw because you're constantly putting the baby on, and the baby is trying to find its latch and trying to find its good grip on you there, and then constantly putting the baby on and taking the baby off causes irritation. For me, it was extremely, extremely painful. So what calmed that irritation and just redness was Medela has this great, they call it a tender care lanolin, and it's like a lanolin gel that glides on smoothly, and it prevents future irritation and kind of cools and soothes the irritation that you already have. And it's totally safe for babies, totally safe for their lips to be on. And actually, my 2.5-year-old son has really bad, dry, cracked lips, and I put this on like a lip gloss or like a lip balm, and it works wonders. So again, Medela has a great tender care lanolin soothing relief ointment. And then last but not least, I have one of these, which I think is fantastic. It's like kind of like the little freezer pack lunch sacks that kids take to school. This is a insulated, on the go, guess you could say freezer pack sack for your breast milk when you're on the go and you need to store cool breast milk when you're out and about with your baby. This is a great little bag to have with you. You can just put it in your diaper bag or in your purse and store like an ice pack or something chilled inside to keep your breast milk chilled for when you're ready to serve it, because we don't want what you've worked so hard to pump to spoil right away. So it's good to have one of these with you just to keep it handy. If you can't breastfeed, it's good to be able to bottle feed your baby the milk that you expressed with the breast pump. But my lactation consultant and my pediatrician did not recommend bottle feeding expressed breast milk until about, I want to say it was three weeks, at least 3 solid weeks of breastfeeding. Your baby has to develop the right kind of latch, is what they call, and a good strong suck to be able to not get nipple confusion, because when the baby is on you, that's what's natural. And then if you introduce anything else for the baby to extract milk from, it could cause some kind of confusion, and it could cause frustration for you and the baby. So you don't want to introduce a bottle too soon. So try as hard as you can to persevere and breastfeed. As hard as it is the first couple of weeks, the first few tries, it seems impossible and you nearly want to give up every single day. At least that's how I felt. But one very important thing that I didn't include in my breastfeeding survival kit is a supportive husband. And I can't fit him in my kit here, and he's up with my little one upstairs. But What they may not always tell you is, I would say that the next best tool next to your trained lactation consultant or your pediatrician's lactation consultant would be a very supportive, patient tolerant husband. My husband was a great, I guess you could say, bedside lactation consultant. Every time I wanted to give up, he was there trying to coach me along the way, telling me that I need to be calm and be accepting of what's happening, as uncomfortable and as painful as it is. He would remind me what the greater goal and what the greater reward is out of all my efforts and sacrifices. And thanks to my husband, I've been very successful in breastfeeding my 2 children. And if God were to bless us with any more, if you absolutely can rest assured that I will breastfeed. It's actually one of the things I'm most passionate about as far as being a mom. And again, I know that I would not have been as successful and now as impassioned as I am about breastfeeding if it weren't for my husband, who was cheering me on and having to endure the pain from a supportive, emotional dad perspective. He'll never know the feeling, but he had to endure quite a lot too. So, dads out there, if you're watching, she will only be so successful if you are there to help support her and motivate her and remind her never to give up, because again, breast is best. And I applaud all of you for choosing the natural way to feed your baby. And I hope that you learned something valuable or even just enlightening in my breastfeeding kit survival tip training or video how to, thanks to my little portal here on Motherhood and Marketing. Thank you so much all for tuning in. And again, for those of you who aren't breastfeeding, I don't mean to exclude you. I just wanted to talk about this particular subject because I was a breastfeeding mom for 2 babies less than 2 years apart. So anyway, love breastfeeding. Can't say enough great things. If you have any questions, a great site that I refer to regularly is Kelly Mom, and that's www.kellymom.com. And there are great forums on there, and great online resource to help pacify your fears and concerns, or answer any kind of questions without having to go to the doctor. But of course, talk to your lactation consultant or your doctor, your OBGYN, or the child's pediatrician to set you up with some great helpful and medical resources as well. Anyway, I've talked long enough. Thank you so much for tuning in to Motherhood Marketing. Stay tuned for more. Have a great night, guys.